All, we are back again with another webinar. Today, the topic of webinar is finite element simulation with the Simulia Abacus lecture series 1 and 2. I feel very honored to have here Mr. Prakash Pagdala. Mr. Prakash Pagdala is an industry process consultant with the Dassault system. He holds an MS in the mechanical engineering degree from the United Kingdom. Sir has 8 years of experience in the helping students, engineers, product developer, and startup in developing the flow of step establishing simulation best practices. He has explored to the linear, non-linear, implicit, and explicit structural simulations, parametric and non-parametric optimization, as well as process automation using Python scripture. Mr. Prakash is a passionate about talking on the challenging engineering problem and solving them using state-of-the-art Simulia portfolio of the simulation solution. So I would like to welcome Mr. Prakash on the behalf of Parul University for this beautiful session. Before that, I would like to also ask and recommend my people who are joining us, please make yourself mute and your video should be not live at that moment and the instruction already clear to you. For the safety concern of the certificate distribution, please also indicate your name and your college in the chat box. So we can also track you in the easiest manner. Now I would like to request Mr. Prakash, can please handle the situation from onward. Mr. Prakash.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for the introduction. Good morning, everyone. I hope everybody is safe at home, and thank you for joining the session today. Today, I'm going to walk you through some of the discussion on finite element simulation with Simulia. Before we start, I would like to show you a small video. I hope you can see my screens. So what I'm showing you is a bridge which is constructed in 1940s, early 1940s in US, and within few months of construction, it collapsed. Okay, can you confirm if you're able to see my screen? I can see a lot of people who are not able to see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's okay.
Okay. So sorry about that. So this is a Tacoma Bridge, which I was talking about, which is constructed in early 1940s in US, and it collapsed within few months of construction. Because of huge wind forces. Okay, the reason is fairly simple. It is because of resonance, which is a phenomenon where the excitation frequencies of the wind matches with the bridge, with the natural frequency of the structure, leading to a failure, catastrophic failure. So here, if they would have carried a model analysis at the very design stage, they could have created a better design. And imagine what is the loss. It's not just the financial loss, but also the emotional loss. It's not just the money, but it's also emotion, which plays a huge role in this. So what is simulation? I'm showing some examples on my screen over here, what we call simulation, a 2D drawing, a drawing on a paper, or a 2D video game, or a 3D animation. We call it as a simulation, where you create an artificial or virtual representation of your imagination world. But not really. We are going to talk about something in the perspective of finite element analysis. These are better examples, what I'm showing. In engineering, we refer to it more specifically, it's simulation, using FEA or CFD or any other methods to evaluate, understand, and predict the real world behavior of products, material, life, and nature. And they use realistic simulation to accelerate the process of evaluating the performance, reliability, and safety of materials and products before committing to physical prototypes. Okay, so before we start, developing a prototype or a product, we start the simulation, we analyze, we assess, we optimize it, then we go to the prototyping. But why simulation? So the simulation will help you to understand your designs. Okay, once you design, you do a simulation, it will help you to understand your design, and it will give you an idea of way to improve your design. Okay, which will help you to optimize for better life of your design, better performance of your designs. It will give you an idea of when it will break, when it will leak. For example, if you're designing for a bottle, okay, this will help you to understand when your bottle will leak, for example, how long the product will last. Okay, so this is all simulation will, this is the insight what you get from the simulation. Again, why simulation? The short answer is it's much cheaper, faster, safer, and better when compared to physical testing. Physical testings are pretty expensive when compared to virtual testing, like realistic simulation. You may have to shell out a lot of money if you're creating a prototype and testing it on field. This will take a lot of money for you. Imagine a car, you built a car, you test it on the track. Now you see some, you might come up with some failures, and you might think about creating, optimizing it, or redesigning it. Again, you have to go back, recreate it, come back. Okay, there's a lot of process. It's a waste of time and money. But whereas the simulation is cheaper, okay, and it's much faster, okay, compared to physical testing. And you can do a virtual testing anywhere. Okay, if you have a machine, a good machine, you can design and you can carry on your virtual testing anywhere when compared to physical testing. You need a lot of equipments for physical testing, but all you need is a computer and good software to your virtual testing. And physical testing will only give you whether the product is a pass or a fail, but a virtual testing will give you, what is happening and why it is happening. It gives more insight compared to the physical testing. And the value of realistic simulation is it will give you more insight, which will help you to create safer, a better product. Okay, maybe not only with respect to durability, but also with respect to noise, vibration, etc. Reduces your product development cycle with respect to cost and also with respect to time. So you can have better products at a cheaper cost and at a faster time to market. Well, is realistic simulation new? No, it's been around since 1960s. It's been the Backus product, which was started in 1978. At the time, the usage has been in number of hundreds, but the usage has been grown since years, from 3,000 customers to 30,000 now. The Simulia brand, which is began with purchase of Abacus by Dassault Systems in 2005. Since then, there is a rapid growth in the user base and also in the simulation domain. So this is another example of a car crash. Now, from this image, you'll not get much of insight of what is happening in the crash. Okay, so imagine you're doing this on a on a physical test. This will not give much idea what is happening. But if you're doing a simulation, you can actually see what is happening inside during the car crash. So imagine how much information you can get from this simulation compared to a physical crash test. Now, who are the users of simulation? In both commercial and academics. So in commercial OEMs or any services, these are the designers who are focusing on engineering and the technical work in design environment, or design engineers or simulation specialists. These are the analysts who are trained for engineering modifications, or researchers who do their research on product development or new products. In academics, it's educators or instructors and researchers. Okay, this here is a slide on simulation market. Okay, the simulation market, if you look at the graph over there, you can see where the simulation market stands at. Over the years, it has been grown exponentially. So the simulation market is very strong, and employment prospects for young engineers with the right skills are very in high demand. But let's understand some facts. Okay. So this is an article from 2019 from India Today, where it projected that 80% of engineers are unemployed because there is a gap between the expectations and the reality in the skill levels. So India is facing a skill gap problem with hundreds of engineers graduating every year, but only a few possess the skills required in the industry now. Now the question is, how can you fill the gap? The reason, skill gap and the requirement gap, there's a strong mismatch. There's no balance between the young graduate who's coming into the job market and the employer. But the solution is to gain experience based on the learning. So there's another slide where you can see there's actually a survey done by McKinsey, where you can see around 53% of employers in India says there is a skills shortage when they want to hire somebody. Okay, so the employers, they're not finding the right candidate for the work, which is actually delaying their product development, or it's creating a lot of voids in the services or product developments. Now imagine that you're in charge of developing a new fighter aircraft. Now, how would you innovate, especially given that there are thousands of parameters to consider, for an aircraft, like the payload, the wing geometry, or the tail functioning, etc. The possibilities are endless. If you want to create a near perfect aircraft, it will take ages if you're going with the conventional methods. But with simulation, you can explore and test product behavior on thousands of design alternatives, helping identify the most or the best design that will succeed in the real world. So simulation powers innovation. So remember that simulation is really all about answering the questions, how do I innovate? And just like the Wright brothers, they enable innovation through rapid design simulation and exploration, virtual prototyping, optimization, and realistic simulation. So just imagine what simulation could have done or could do for you. Let me introduce our company. Dassault Systems stands for 3D Experience Company. We have about 17,000 passionate people across the globe, and our that are at the heart of the company. A large R&D team connected across 56 or more laboratories. So Dassault System has the largest PLM market share with more than 2.3 lakh customers in across 12 industries worldwide. A fundamental aspect of our company is partnering with clients who are leaders in their own industry segments, not only automotive or aerospace, but across different industries, domains. Typically leaders in innovation and on the cutting edge of technology in order to answer tomorrow's market needs. We have 12,600 partners who are selected partners, which collectively increases the knowledge and who help our customers in building a better product. So Similia is one of the brands under Dassault Systems, which helps in simulation, realistic simulation. And we believe that simulation helps reveal the world we live in. These are some of the other brands which comes under Dassault Systems umbrella. You may recognize SolidWorks and CATIA. And today we're going to discuss the Similia brand for realistic simulation. So this is all about Similia, the introduction about Similia, where we try to simulate for product, life, and nature. These are some of our clients across different industries, industry sectors, starting from automotive, aerospace, marine and offshore, industrial equipments, high-tech industries or electronics, consumer goods, consumer package, life science, energy, construction and architect, financial and business, and natural resources. And in the next slide, this is a slide where I'm showing some of our major customers in India. Now let me introduce you to Similia. What is Similia is all about. Similia is not just Abaqus or realistic simulation. It's actually much more than that. It's sort of best-in-class solutions to help understand the product behavior. These are the 4 pillars of Similia: Abaqus for finite element multi-physics simulation, EyeSight for process integration and design optimization, Tosca for non-parametric optimization for structures and fluids, and FESafe for durability and fatigue analysis. So why Similia? After all these several choices, you have a lot of tools, applications available in the market, but why Similia? So the reason is one. So one has to do a little bit with a history of quality and a strong reputation in the simulation community. You can see a testimonial from one of the professors. It's a gold standard in the finite element software domain. So we started with experts in mind, a reputation for solving the most complex problems, nonlinear problems especially, and materials, complex material modeling like rubber, thermoplastics, tissue, soil, etc., and for extreme large deformations and crash events. So not all simulation codes are created equally, and many of our customers have come to us after being unsuccessful with other codes. And also not all simulation codes are are used in industry. Knowing an in-house or campus code might not be as marketable as Abaqus, for example. So this is the timeline. You can see the timeline of acquisitions which Dassault has done in the last couple of decades or less than that. So Abaqus was acquired in 2005, and between 2005 and 2010 there are a series of acquisitions like EyeSight, and after 2010 Tosca is acquired, and FESafe in between 2010 and 2015. And in 2016, CST, which is an electromagnetic solver, is acquired by Dassault Systems. And when it comes to CFD, there's a gap of CFD solutions, and Dassault Systems acquired Xflow, which is based on Lattice Boltzmann CFD code in 2016, and Wave6, which is a vibroacoustic solution provider. So these acquisitions, along with the R&D development, are all driven by our multi-scale and multi-physics technology vision. So we have seen how technology powers sustainable innovation, and Simula is working towards connecting the dots between different physics. Dassault Systems' technology vision is to deliver a fully integrated multi-scale, multi-physics capability across all scales, from molecules to metropolis, and all domains, not just structures of fluids, but also electromagnetics and so on. Here is a small example of multi-scale, multi-physics integration. We are at the core of revealing the world we live in. CST and Opera for electromagnetic simulation, PowerFlow, Xflow, and 3D Experience Flow for fluid, computational fluid dynamics, iSight for automation and optimization, and Tosca for optimization. Now, why do you learn Simulia? Now, the question is, why am I talking about just Simulia? Okay, I'm coming from Dassault Systems. I deal with Simulia, but why you should also learn Simulia? Let's go one by one. Okay, the unified FEA application. Okay, for example, Abaqus. Abaqus is an integrated modeling, analysis, job management, and result evaluation application. Okay, so it's a single platform or a single graphic user interface where you can do your modeling, you can do your analysis, you can do your job management, you can post-process, you can pre-process your designs within the same environment. And also your depending on type of simulation, you can choose your type of solver within the same environment. So you don't have to switch between different applications for pre-processing a different application, for post-processing another application. You don't have to switch between these applications. And Abaqus provides a unified finite element graphic user interface where you can do all your modeling, analysis, job management, post-processing within the same graphic user environment. The other one is Contax. Contax is one of the highly nonlinear problems and very difficult problem to solve, no matter what code it is. One of the aspects of nonlinearity is contact modeling. Abaqus is traditionally strong, very strong in contact modeling. You can see, from the slide over here, the Y grip problem on the bottom left is actually one of our example problems, where we have used a different algorithm called general contacts, where it will help you to create contacts within just one click. Okay, but traditionally it used to take a lot of time for creating contacts, but with this algorithm you can create contacts for a huge assembly in just one click. Next is material modeling. Abaqus has a huge extensive material models available in it. No matter it is metals or rubbers or composites, you can create different material models in Abaqus for your nonlinear or linear elastic solutions or problems. Additional material models are also includes, like for soils. If you want to model something for soils, you can do that. You can do it for concrete, for example. You can do it for paste or polymers, or you can do it for discrete elements. For instance, if you want to simulate the flow of granules, you can do it using Abaqus, very quick and with very faster pre-processing and solving time. So the foundation of Abaqus success is the ability to simulate non-linearities, and the life is non-linear. Abacus helps you to create such nonlinearities pretty quickly and with a more accurate and efficient solution. It provides more accurate and efficient solutions for such problems. Abacus has long been the technology leader in FEA and offers most sophisticated analysis capabilities available in the market now. So it provides a linear and nonlinear analysis of components or assemblies and mechanisms, including flexible multi-body dynamic problems such as backhoe animations, which is shown on the right. Here are some examples of diverse applications that may be simulated with Abacus standard, which is our implicit solver, starting from composite bicycle frame to tire noise simulation or the casket ceiling simulations. These all can be managed pretty quickly, and you can get a more accurate result within a faster time frame using our implicit solver. Not just this, not just stress analysis, but you can also do multiple simulations like heat transfer and thermal simulations, or a combination of structural thermal analysis, or a combination of electrical, thermal, and structural analysis. Then for dynamic events, there is explicit solver, which is Abacus Explicit. These are some of the examples. You can see the range of simulations which can be performed with the explicit solver. You can see a bottle drop or a blow molding or a drape drawing or bottle conveying. These are some of the examples. So from a couple cell, you can also, not just this, you can also do a couple Eulerian-Lagrangian bottle drop analysis, which you can see on the left on the screen for energy absorption and analysis. And also you can do a metal rolling for the static analysis using Abacus Explicit. Before we proceed, this is one of the surveys from NAFEMS. So this. I'm sorry, I'm hearing some disturbance. Can you mute, please? Okay. So this graph shows the result of 2013 NAFEMS simulation capability survey question. Okay. Hello. I'm sorry, I'm hearing some background noise.
Yes, sir.
I'm hearing some background noise.
Okay, now check it, sir. Is it okay now?
Yes, it is better now. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So the survey is about what simulation capabilities you're not using that you believe would be beneficial. At the top of this list is optimization and the fatigue and fracture at the second, followed by fatigue and fracture. So these are the technologies being underutilized in CAE domain. So these are the areas that Simulia, in which has been recently providing new capabilities with iSight, Tosca, and FESafe. So as an engineering student, getting educated about optimization and fatigue will make you even more attracted to your employer. Okay. So this will add a lot of value on your resume when you're out of your college and when you're new to your job market. Now let's talk about the fatigue part. Okay, so far we have talked about Abacus, which is our structural solver. Now let's talk about fatigue using FESafe. Now, why do we do fatigue? Fatigue failures are more than just financial expenses. Okay. Here you can see an example of, or actually a real case of the 1950s air disaster from aero company, the Comet, because of fatigue failure, resulted in a devastating loss of life, and it lost the industry to one of its competitor, and it took them 50 years to gain the parity with the US in sales of passenger aircrafts with the launch of Airbus. The evidence of after the crash, there was an investigation, and the evidence shows the failure. The cause of failure is because of fatigue cracking. So evidence of fatigue cracking was found that originated from the you can see here on the screen, from the lower corner of the forward escape hatch, and also from the right hand corner of the windows. So because of this, there's a fatigue failure, and there are series of crashes from this aircraft company, which led a financial loss and a closure of this company. The company went into bankruptcy, and it lost its market to Boeing, and later it was acquired, and a lot of things happened in after the disaster, and after 50 years it was acquired by some other aero company. But think about it, if you have analyzed the fatigue at the very beginning of your design, you could have come over of this, and you could have actually created a better product, and you could have saved a lot of lives. Okay, so this is where the fatigue actually comes into a real play. This will help you to identify the life of your component, or this will help you to how you can build a durable component for a certain period of life cycle. So there is a principle of fatigue analysis from finite element models. Here is one more testimony from Dana. So the FE results, usually the stress are combined with information about the service loading. Okay, then the fatigue analysis is done, and fatigue life counters are written, which will help you to understand the life, what could be the life of the component, and how you can create or modify your designs or optimize your designs for a better life of the components. So fatigue will result in a computationally very cheaper alternative to redesign and optimize a component on the basis of fatigue failures. After this, let's talk about optimization. We can classify optimization in two groups. One is parametric, and the other is non-parametric. Parametric is where you have a geometric parameters, and you modify the geometric parameters for a given set of working conditions. But non-parametric methods are where you optimize your designs by removing the material, or adding the material, or by changing the layout of the material of your design. Dassault has, or Simulia has two applications. One is EyeSight and one is Tosca. EyeSight falls under the parametric optimization methods, and Tosca falls under the non-parametric methods. Let's discuss about EyeSight. Why EyeSight? Okay, it is common these days for designers and engineers to use a wide range of software tools to design and simulate their products, and sometimes they have to loop it the same design process several times, and there's some data exchange in between. Okay, and frequently these chain simulations may exchange some data. So when I mean here the parameters and results from one software package are needed as inputs to another software package, for example. So the manual process of getting the required data from one tool to other tool, or from one step to the other, it takes a lot of it takes a lot of time. It's a slow process, and it will reduce your efficiency. It will reduce the product development, and it can introduce a lot of errors, which is again time consuming. So iSight is used to combine multiple cross-disciplinary models and also general applications like Excel together into a simulation process flow. Okay, so automating it basically, or so automating the execution process or a particular process and exploring the resulting design space or identifying the optimal design parameters. So you can see how a chained design of experiment study has been going on here in the. This will help the engineers to come up with optimal design parameters for a chained or process which takes a lot of process, and they can automate the process to come up with a better design. So using iSight, you can improve your efficiency, accelerate your product design, reduce manual errors. Here is another study of how iSight has helped Baker Hughes, which is one of the leading oil and gas service companies in the world, with a long history of technological inventions that have revolutionized the petroleum industry. Okay, in the image you can see the expandable tubulars which are used in the oil and gas rigs. Okay, this helped Baker and Hughes to reduce the development time from 2 months to 2 days. So before using iSight, the process used to take 2 months. 2 months of analysis had been required to ascertain an acceptable geometry, but with iSight, it had been reduced to 2 days. So from months to days. So iSight will help you to automate the process and will help you to accelerate your product innovation. Next, we'll discuss about Tosca. Tosca is an optimization suite which provides fast and powerful structural and flow optimization solutions based on your FEA and finite element analysis and computational fluid dynamic simulations. Tosca optimization has two products in it. One is a Tosca structure here, Tosca structure, and the other is a Tosca fluid. So Tosca fluid provides optimized fluid flow designs, whereas Tosca structure is for optimizing structural designs for a given working loads and boundary conditions. But what is the motivation for optimization? If you see from the graph over here, for the entire cost, if you're doing a cost assessment, the material cost forms the highest part of the cost, even the higher than the personal cost. So if you manage to reduce the material usage when you're building your component, you can save a lot of money in the product development cycle. So intelligent use of material reduces these costs significantly, and additional cost can also be decreased. So which will end up with possible savings and with higher material savings at the same time, which will help you to create a better product with less material, which will provide a better cost saving, and also meeting local regulations like the Euro regulations or America's regulations for automotive or aerospace, etc. And time to market, you can create a better product, okay, within a lesser time frame and take it to the market ahead of your competitors. The quality is also a key success factor for any product, okay. So like warranty issues are not only expensive but also damages a company's reputation and customer confidence. So this will the optimization will help you overcome all these with better products. So a conventional design process, okay, way back in 1990s or maybe before that, a conventional design process where a design is only only changed as a reaction to bad test results. Which requires more redesign loops. It used to take a lot of design loops and waste of time, in fact, and also the money, time, etc. But over the period of time, the FE came in between, and the design analysis. They come up with the new cycle of designing to optimize the product or to come up with a better product. So one step of the process may be faster, but the higher number of loops to carry out lead to a much higher development time. Okay, if you see the graph over here. So the conventional development cycle, which used to take not only money, but also a lot of time. So the optimized design development process, where you introduce your optimization applications at the very beginning of design phase, which often does not need much of manual redesigning like the conventional design process, will help you to reduce the cost, overall cost, design cost, and also this will help you to create better products at much faster time frame. So these are some of this is about Tosca structure, which delivers powerful optimization solution for design of lightweight, stiff structures and durable parts, and also assemblies with shorter development cycles to maximize the performance, minimize the material and weight, of course, okay, and discover new design possibilities. So Tosca structure, offers functionalities of topology optimization, shape optimization, topography or bead optimization, and also sizing optimization. If you imagine nowadays, any car comes into the market, they'll claim the mileage as 26 kmpl. But if you look at the older cars like the Ambassadors or maybe even before that, the mileage was much less compared to the current vehicles. This is because the optimization had played a major role by reducing the weight of the components or the assemblies in the automotive sector, which improved the mileage, which is both cost efficient for the users and also environmental friendly, which also reduces your carbon footprint. So optimization will help you to create better designs with a much stiffer structures and better material layout, the reduced material or mass or weight, which will go into the assemblies, help you to come out with a better design, better product at a much faster time. Tosca Fluid is about Tosca Fluid enables topology optimization driven design concepts for your fluid flow systems and components. Its capability is to create, innovate, design ideas automatically for a defined flow task. Okay, here you can see an example of Tosca Fluid being used to design a flow splitter. Okay, for you have 3 outlets for equal output from all the 3 outlets. So Tosca Fluid is used to create a better design to have a uniform output from all the 3 outlets. So Tosca Fluid's unique technology helps engineers or the graduates achieve the highest flow performance, quality, and eco-efficiency. So this will help you to create better fluid flowing designs or the components for a better performance and also a better quality and at a much faster development cycle. Now let's put all together and let's see how all these applications are used together. Here, what I'm showing you is a disc brake of a two-wheeler. Now this will experience a lot of structural and thermal loads, and you need to have a better durable product which can last for long and which can take your loads for better safety. So HiSight is used for design exploration here. So design objectives are maximum braking force, noise, and minimum cost. The mass has been reduced using Tosca, and it's validated using Abacus. So if you put all together, you can create a better product, a better durable product with a much lesser time ahead of your competitors. Okay, a lighter product, a better product, a durable product within lesser time frame. So Simulia helps you to achieve all these, within a less time frame. You can create better products with Abacus, Tosca, HiSight, and EfiSafe. I'm walking through some of the case studies and project works where some of the Simulia applications are being used. So you can see this is a project work from final year students from different universities. So on the right, on the left, you can see the aim of the project of to investigate the impact of corrosion pits of crack development using XFEM, which is part of Abacus. Abacus provides a powerful XFEM framework. Okay, this has been used to understand the corrosion or the crack developments in the corrosion pits. On the right, you can see a frequency analysis of a aero shaft, drive shaft, aero engine drive shaft. They've used Abacus for the project work. This is another study from Hyundai on fatigue life, where they're able to understand the fatigue and optimize the design so that they improve the life of the component within a lesser time frame. So you can see how they have improved the design, and they're able to manage a better design with a higher life. This is one more example of steering knuckle, where they're able to save a lot of material, and it's just not about saving the material, but also saving money for it. The material we have seen already. Material plays important role in the costing, and it's a lot of saving with respect to money and also time with optimization. ABUS has partnered with DS for virtual testing. So in the next slide, I'll show you the motivation for this, for virtual testing. So the wings of this ABUS, you can see how they are deflecting on a test rake. So when they deflect, it deflects like more than 5 meters sometimes. Okay, and this takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, manpower. With virtual testing of aircraft structures, ABUS has able to reduce the reduce the product development cycle. They're able to create better designs at a much faster time frame compared to the conventional methods. There's one more example of bicycle frame or the front fork using composites. It's more about designing a multi-layer laminated bicycle front fork accounting for loading and external environmental conditions. The objective is to minimize the weight and find the right design variables to avoid buckling. So the goal is to optimize the design for the weight reduction and avoid buckling. Different failure criteria have been used, and they're able to successfully reduce the weight of the frontal fork using composite material. There's one more example of a flight envelope. The flow of your fluids, comparing the results with the with the actual test in a wind tunnel, where they're testing the flow simulation from wind tunnel with a transient CFD solution from Xflow. Here you can see how the pattern matches with the actual test. So this shows how accurate the results are. So this will not only save time but also money, because you need to set up everything in the wind tunnel, you need to test it, you need to record the data, and you need to filter the data from the wind tunnel experiment. It's a very lengthy process. It's time-consuming process, and it's exhausting process, and it takes a lot of money for the research and development of this. And the wind tunnels, for such a big component, it's not easy to first of all find out such big wind tunnels, and it's very expensive to utilize such facilities. But if you're using a virtual testing, using simulation with Xflow, you can reduce the time frame from months to days, and there's a lot of savings to your pocket. You can save a lot of money out of this, and you can filter the data very easily, and it's very easy to manage all the data which you have on your machine. Accurate prediction of stall mechanism and maximum lift. This is what they have done in the wind tunnel, and it's pretty much fast compared to what you're doing in a test facility. So you don't have to take your large wind tunnel into the test facility and do the experiment. Instead, you can take same CAD geometry in your simulation tool, and you can do the simulation or the testing on your laptop at your own convenience. There's one more example of FEM using Bacchus from Purdue University. So the study is about understanding the chip formation. So chip formation during the machining process of different materials like steel, nickel, titanium, and aluminum. This helps in understanding the chip morphology and what are the temperatures and stresses, test distribution, and this is important in determining the what are the right parameters during the machining process. So this will help you to understand even before going to the machining process how the chips are formed, what is the temperature of the chips form, and what are the formation, how the shape of the chip is like, and how is there any hazardous scenario
Got my voice?
I can hear a lot of
I press stop the project.
lot of echo. I don't know if the problem is from my end
Wait,
or.
sir, wait. Okay, Lucky, please leave it. Now, sir, you please continue.
Okay.
Guys,
Okay.
I request you earlier also, please be mentioned that you are not going to make anything present in this group. This is only for the dignitaries. Sir, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah. So I was talking about chip formation. Okay. This will help you to understand even before going to manufacturing. This will help you understand how the chip formation is like and how this can help you to fix the right parameters for machining process. And on the right, you can also see a friction stir welding model. This will help you to create a quality weld with a better cost and time frame. There's one more project by Ashish from Cambridge University using Abacus to improve design of military vehicles to protect against landmines, for example. Okay, so when you have a landmine and your vehicle is on the landmine and if you have explosion, this will help you to understand how the structure will or the bottom of the structure will affect for the because of the explosion. Okay, so when a density of particles impact the target or the bottom of the vehicle or the roof at the high speed, this will help you to understand the shape of the particles and deformation and the breaking of the particles. So using a novel approach with discrete element methods by building cluster of molecules using rigid spheres, which is discrete element methods, they're able to, or he is able to do the project, and he is able to understand how the landmine will impact the vehicle and what could be the right parameters to modify to face such circumstances. There's one more from Brown University, where they have been using our software for years for better understanding the physics of head trauma during a rugby game, so that they can create or build better helmets. So during rugby matches, if you have seen a lot of head impacts. Okay, in order to avoid head trauma during such circumstances, you need a better and a durable helmet. So Brown University is studying such scenarios, and they're utilizing our software to understand the physics, and they're now progressing in building better helmets. There's one more from Alaskama Okmok volcano research team. There's a recent research. The team is using satellite imagery combined with our simulation software to quantify the position and pressure of the magma chamber within the active volcanoes. This will help the researchers to understand how the magma is flowing inside the volcano. There is one more study on coconut fibers, where Abacus is used by researchers at Blekinge Institute of Technology to model coconut fibers to better understand their mechanical properties in an effort to use biodegradable fibers as reinforcement. This reinforcement in many products and plastics. Like if you're creating for composite materials, they're looking at using coconut fibers, the fibers which extracted from coconut shell. They're looking at usage of this. They're simulating this with Abacus for creating, plastic bottles or coconut fiber bottles, not plastic bottles, which can be eco-friendly, which can reduce the carbon footprint, and also this will also reduce the cost of the product, and yeah, this will be much efficient with respect to time as well. So, what are the key takeaways from today's presentation? Simulation, powers innovation, and the simulation is a very key technology for engineers. So you'll be learning a lot of theory from your engineering subjects, and if you apply your theoretical knowledge using simulation, you can innovate much better products at a very better time frame. You can release better products at a even ahead of your competitors. For example, you can create much better products at a very lesser time frame. Its use in growing and industries. It's been growing much faster in industries, OEMs, and service industries. Not only in OEMs but also in service industries. All these industries are adopting simulation as their primary validation. For their product development. So if you have a good knowledge on simulation, this may enhance your job prospect. Okay, now most of these companies or organizations, they look at graduates, the young graduates coming out of the universities, with whether they have a good amount of simulation knowledge apart from the theoretical knowledge. Similia, which is Dassault Systems brand, which is established technology leader in simulation domain, and it's widely used across industries. So this will help you to Similia has a much better bandwidth, market bandwidth. So this will help you to penetrate into the market much faster. And whatever I've discussed is already available to you. Okay, you can actually start looking into this. You can learn, you can start using it, and if you need any help, you can always approach us. So you can start learning more about from 3ds.com website, or you can connect to us through YouTube or Facebook or any other social media networks, or you can reach out to our partner, Mr. Parth Agarwal from Jyoti Electronics, or Rajas Majumdar from Dassault Systems. You have their contact details in this slide. I hope you have learned something about what we are doing at Simulia today. So what you can do is you can start learning, start exploring. Okay, tomorrow we'll start understanding with a small demo. So this is about how you can implement this in your education. With Simulia Learning Community, you can go to Simulia Learning Community and you can start exploring more about not only Simulia, but there are a lot of other brands available in the systems. You can also explore all those products or brands at the 3ds.com website. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Dear all, we are going to mail one link to you in your mail ID, and you have to access that mail link, and then after we are going to make a assemble of the 2 days link, and then after we are going to give you the certificate for the same. Thank you very much for your cooperation, everyone. We are going to meet again tomorrow. Thank you.